On this episode of Inside the Blueprint, in the world of fire suppression technology and indoor sprinklers, there's only one name you need to know: Tyco. Cyber insecurity keeping you up at night? Fear not, the folks at Booz Allen Hamilton have the tech to stop the threats. Looking to increase productivity and utilize empty space? Look no further. Space Saver can help. There's risk involved in running any business today, but an unexpected fire could be a catastrophic risk that might mean the end of your business.
Many times businesses don't recover from a fire. There is $155 million a year in losses in storage facility fires alone. There is 3 times the damage in a non-sprinklered facility compared to a sprinklered facility. So having a sprinklered facility is safer for us, safer for everybody, and minimizes your losses. Many businesses will ask why. Why do I need this? I've never had a problem before. And I just usually tell them they've been lucky.
That's why constant innovation is needed in the field of fire suppression, including sprinklers specifically designed to meet the hazard classification of the building they protect.
We're at the Johnson Controls Fire Products Training Center, and what we do here is we do water-based fire protection training. We have 16 functional sprinklerizers, we have a spray demonstration room, we have fire pumps, we have special hazards rooms, so anything in the fire protection world we can really train on here. As the world changes, we need to change. So the innovation side of it, we need to keep up with. We need to keep pushing forward and creating new products to help protect these businesses and these large buildings going up.
With over 125 years of innovation in fire suppression, Johnson Controls has a long history in testing and proving its Tyco sprinkler solutions in the field. Solutions which have made it a global leader in sprinkler products.
So we invented the modern sprinkler many years ago. Our brand has a deep history. A notable fire sprinkler pioneer, Frederick Grinnell, invented the modern sprinkler in 1881. At Johnson Controls, our fire suppression business is committed to leading innovation in our industry. And we are passionate about what we do because we know it matters.
Today, Johnson Controls Research and Development Center, where modern-day fire sprinkler products are invented, sits on a site where fire suppression technological advancements have been developed for the past 100 years.
So if you think about a sprinkler, it's a pretty amazing device, right? This thing has to be installed in a building for a pretty significant period of time. It could be 20, maybe up to 50 years in all different kinds of environments. So to make sure that a sprinkler is going to perform in all those different applications, we subject them to a large number of different types of tests. These can range from hydrostatic integrity to the strength of the actual frame of the sprinkler to flow distribution or spray distribution, which is actually a test of the spray pattern of the sprinkler for a different application. Can also incorporate multiple full-scale fire tests depending on whatever the hazard we're trying to protect is.
And what's the latest innovation in fire suppression to come to market from Tyco? The new electronically activated sprinkler system that offers sprinkler heads with sensors to identify the source of where a fire has started.
Hi, I'm Andy Silva. I'm the Chief Engineer for Johnson Controls Fire Protection Products Group. I'm here in our test area F, where we're about to test Johnson Controls electronically activated sprinkler. The test simulates a warehouse arrangement. We've got about 8 boxes behind me. We're going to light the boxes up to challenge the sprinkler to see if it can put out the fire. It's going to be a pretty exciting test, so here we go. So we need to conduct fire testing to prove out that sprinklers can adequately address the fires.
2, 1, ignition!
We ignite the boxes at the base of the fire, basically to simulate an arson event in a warehouse, which can be very challenging to try to control. When the sprinkler reaches the activation point, the sprinkler will operate and discharge water. The goal is to determine whether or not the sprinkler, when it activates, can actually suppress the fire. Fire sprinklers have to respond faster and more intelligently in order to provide the most cost-effective and efficient fire protection solution.
The important thing about electronic sprinklers is that they operate much quicker, and we can operate a group of sprinklers surrounding the point of ignition much earlier. That allows us to address fires when they're much smaller. Smaller fires produce less smoke and less damage to buildings and their contents, and are much easier to manage with less water. In other words, only the sprinklers necessary to address the fire activate.
The electronic sprinkler is really revolutionary because it's the first time in the industry that we're applying electronic detection to the fire problem. Previous to now, it's always been a mechanical detection. What this allows is much faster detection, which allows for faster water on the fire. That's a huge deal and something we're really excited to bring to market.
Over the next several years, we're going to invest in excess of $5 million to improve and enhance our capabilities. And in the end, we're working on something that saves people's lives.
This new innovative way to suppress fires has drastically reduced water demand and increased speed in responding to a fire. And that can mean a business can continue to thrive, thanks to a company with over a century of dedication to innovation. To learn more about Tyco fire sprinklers, go to their website, tyco-fire.com/inside the blueprint, or go to insidetheblueprint.com to see this portion of the show again. We're living in a technologically advanced world, and in the age of digitization, there's no question we're discovering a high risk from the malicious exploitation of computers and information.
There's a common misperception that Booz Allen is purely a government consulting firm. But an interesting fact is that our commercial cybersecurity business is the fastest growing business within Booz Allen.
Here at Booz Allen, we're helping our clients, who are some of the most important companies in the world, with some of the most complex issues in cybersecurity.
Booz Allen has the largest cyber defense practice in the world. We've been doing this for longer than anybody else, and we're widely known as a leading cybersecurity provider for the military, for the intelligence community, frankly, all branches of the federal government. We serve 29 of the Fortune 100, we serve 18 of the top 25 banks, we serve 5 of the top 10 pharmaceutical companies. We are one of the premier commercial providers of cybersecurity in the world.
We are providing for them consulting related to cyber fusion centers and engineering. We're providing for them assessments and strategy support related to cybersecurity, and finally around incident response and recovery in the event that the worst happens and an incident does happen.
Many organizations are seeking to protect themselves from cyber attack by buying technology. They may be buying antivirus, they may be buying firewalls, they may be buying more sophisticated tools and thinking that that is going to protect them. But in reality, those tools, those cybersecurity tools, are complex. They require deep skills to configure and operate properly. And so it's ultimately the lack of adequate cyber talent that is the root cause, in many cases, of effective cyber defense in large organizations.
Time to get a look inside how Booz Allen drives their focus on improving companies' detection capability to identify the sophisticated threats that are bypassing their existing technology.
Inevitably, no matter how good an organization's cyber defenses are, the worst happens.
Our proactive and reactive incident response is proving invaluable to clients in both reducing data loss and impacts to their business. Proactively, we're partnering with our clients to build an incident response plan, and we're validating that it's effective through traditional wargaming exercises and techniques.
This requires some of the deepest skills, greatest insight into the cyber attackers, and incredibly strong technical talent to respond appropriately. An organization needs to know what happened, who potentially was the attacker, what information may have been stolen, and of course, how to recover and how to prevent it from happening again.
Booz Allen has many skill sets that are invaluable to our clients, but I'll give a few examples. First, our threat hunting capability. Threat hunting is our approach to target those advanced persistent threats that are dwelling on your networks. Research currently indicates that breaches on your network are not identified for up to 200 days on average.
When we work with our clients, we're often instrumenting their environment so we can see what's happening, or helping them after they've had some visibility, provide some attack surface reduction so that bad things don't continue to happen in the environment.
Fundamentally, if an organization is thinking about creating a team to monitor for cyber attacks, to detect them when they occur, and to take appropriate remedial action, we're better than anyone else in the world at doing that.
Ultimately, we're trying to reduce their detection time and response capabilities, and we are in the fight with them.
Booz Allen Hamilton has been at the forefront of cybersecurity for decades, leveraging people, processes, and technology to enable clients to solve their greatest challenges.
I think one of the most unique aspects of Booz Allen is our corporate mission, which we believe in passionately, which is empowering people to change the world. And no place is this manifesting more so than it is in our cyber business.
Booz Allen is delivering a partner, a highly trained, battle-tested partner that's passionate about protecting your business, your customers, and our entire digital way of life.
It may be their people, it may be their financial assets, it may be their factories, it may be their oil wells. But we are laser focused on helping organizations protect their most valuable assets.
When Booz Allen is engaged with our clients, we are in the fight with them, and their mission becomes our mission, and there is no time to value. We are ready to go as soon as we hit the ground.
Few things on Earth have the destructive power of volcanoes. Did you know they can also be used to create beautiful, long-lasting, and functional works of art? In Chesapeake, Virginia, the folks at Earthcore are producing environmentally safe fireplaces, chimneys, kitchen panels, and wood-burning ovens that are fashionable, functional, and built to last the test of time.
I'm Carl Spadaro. I'm the CEO of Earthcore Industries. At Earthcore Industries, we manufacture modular masonry components that, when they're put together, make fireplaces, chimneys, and other materials that are fireproof and unique. We get this material from Volcano Hekla in Iceland. It's a very environmentally safe process, but it's from the actual pumice from the volcano. Pumice is the material that is found under the depths of black lava. What we're doing is taking a material that's fireproof and highly insulating, so when actually you do light a wood fire in it or a gas fire, you're getting more reflective heat out of it. So it's a more efficient fireplace, it's a more efficient material.
Isokern fireplaces are modular, with refractive properties that reflect heat out into the room, instead of absorbing it like concrete, masonry, and metal fireplaces do.
We not only make standard fireplaces and standard models, we also make custom fireplaces for people and individuals that want something more unique in their design or their process.
Earthcore's Isokern line has become a favorite with distributors and customers across the country.
My name is Louis Bishop. I'm the owner of Bishop Hearth and Home. We're a distributor of the Isokern product in Memphis and Nashville, Tennessee. The Isokern is a very unique product, not only because of the material that it's made out of, but also how easy it is put together. It's basically an adult version of Legos. We're always getting constant feedback from our architects, our decorators, and our home builders on what they'd like to see. And Isokern is very good about getting out in front of that and getting it to the market before anybody else. We go from basically their normal system that just is a square opening. A lot of the architects and decorators want a more arched look. They've come out with a new arched damper beam to where our masons that build these systems don't have to do it on site. It's already done for us.
Earthcore Industries is fully automated and produces about 600,000 individual components a year. It's all performed by 2 individuals because of Earthcore's advanced technology.
We're in the center of the control heart operation of our facility. This panel here controls everything that is responsible for making our mix and delivering it to our production machine. Everything is precisely measured, precisely weighed, and then it comes into a mixer where it's mixed and delivered via conveyor belt up to the hopper at our production manufacturing machine where we make all the blocks and the components.
So here we are in our inventory yard where we make our blocks out of pumice and the concrete. These are the finished products. And Tim, what are we running this week?
This particular component is the outer casing for our chimney flue. This is the inner liner.
that goes inside the outer casing to make it that safe system that you can burn 2,700 degree temperatures in your chimney flue and have wood right against the outside of it.
It's one thing to manufacture the product, it's another thing to ship the product, so when it gets to the end user's home in the construction area, all the components are on one pallet.
When a fireplace is ordered, the individual components are pulled from the yard and placed on a pallet in a specific configuration for easy storage. The pallet is then transferred to the packaging station, where the components are secured to the pallet with bands, and then shrink bag is used to hold everything together.
So now that you've seen our facility, you've seen our production side, you've seen our inventory, you've seen how the components go together and we put together the pallet of fireplaces in a kit, we can show you how to build a fireplace in typically 10 minutes.
In fact, Carl, I'll bet you dinner that I can take 2 office guys, Ernest and Kevin, and have them assemble this unit in less than 7 minutes.
You're on. Hey, well, Tim, you know, you got me beat. Dinner's on me, less than 10 minutes.
Yeah, maybe less than 5. I'll pick the spot for dinner.
Okay, let's go.
For more information on Earthcore fireplaces, you can log on to their website at earthcore.co.
Welcome to Fort Atkinson, Wisconsin, a picturesque Midwestern town with a lot of space. But saving space is a real claim to fame, thanks to one company and its solution for organizing space.
Well, we see our mission as helping others utilize and innovate space to become more efficient, productive, and organized. And we're real proud to be able to do that from a small town in the Midwest.
It's called Space Saver, a company with a long history of finding unique ways for people and businesses to store their stuff. It was an idea that started small, but rapidly grew to fill a global space.
Well, Space Saver was founded in 1972, and we actually started in a barn with a 7-person team. And at that time, the company was small, and we focused only on high-density mobile storage and shelving. And really, it was about maximizing space in a given cube. Today, we've grown to a company that has over 400 employees, 300,000 square foot manufacturing facility that offers customized solutions all over the world.
And if you think these storage solutions are just for paper and files, you're wrong. Space Saver is helping institutions large and small conquer some of their most complex storage issues in storing every kind of stuff imaginable.
We solve storage problems in the military, public safety, healthcare, weapons racks, personal duty lockers, athletic storage. Whatever our customer's problem is, we can help them by utilizing our unique customized storage solutions.
It means designing and manufacturing storage solutions to not only protect valuable items and help save space, but also help companies worldwide get organized and work more efficiently. At Space Saver, this is all done from its original location in Fort Atkinson, with its own on-site engineering and manufacturing teams who design and manufacture all of its products in-house.
Hi, my name is Matt Archer. I'm a product engineer here at Space Saver, and this is where our engineering and sales teams create storage solutions. Welcome to our office. It changes every day. Everything from buffalo hides and tomahawk missiles to computer chips and microscope slides. We collaborate here to provide our customers with the best product and a range of options that would best suit their needs.
Hi, I'm Mike Kling, General Manager of Manufacturing at Space Saver. Welcome to the plant where those designs come to life.
Our factory is very state-of-the-art. We've got some of the latest technology available, which really helps us collaborate with our design engineers. Whatever they design, we can generally manufacture.
Well, the technology blows me away. I mean, we have lasers, we have panel benders, we have automatic tool changers, and I just look at that and say, what's next?
Well, this machine back here is an automatic tool change press brake. It used to take about 45 minutes to an hour to change tooling on our old machines. This machine is about 1.5 to 2 minutes. That's our fiber laser cutting machine. And what's exciting about that is the cost, the speed, and the flexibility of it. Compared to a previous laser which cut at 200 inches per minute, this one cuts at 1,100 inches per minute. To solve a customer's problem, we can go right from CAD geometry to cutting a part in a matter of minutes. This is a robotic MIG welder. And what excites me about this is the speed and flexibility it gives us and cost competitive advantage. It welds at about twice the speed of a human being. And also the new kinetic teaching method for programming it is super simple. This is our panel bender. And what's exciting about this is it impacts safety, quality, and cost. And it is so fast, it is twice as fast as a previous operation where it took 2 minutes in the past. This will take 1 minute. The parts we're actually making right now are doors for military weapon racks.
The final engineered space-saving systems can be found in thousands of institutions across the country and around the globe. From storing athletic equipment for the Oregon Ducks to storing mountains of books for the DC Public Library. Thanks to a network of local distributors who are experts at being solution providers.
It's different every day, so we're learning more and more that we probably need to get face-to-face with the customer to understand completely what the problem is, and that gives us the best ability to come up with a solid solution.
Solutions such as this one, engineered for the Chemical Heritage Foundation in Philadelphia. The museum needed to relocate its entire research collection for convenient retrieval, for which SpaceSaver designed the most creative use of vertical space.
So what the Heritage Foundation did is they purchased a historic building and renovated it for the community and also to house their valuable collection. So our challenge was that this building was only 16 feet wide, and how do we accommodate the storage of 8,000 archive boxes in a space that small? So we initially looked at putting shelving on all 4 floors of that building, but ultimately decided to go vertical with our storage solution by removing those 4 floors and installing our mobile high bay extend shelving, which goes up 36 feet tall. So in the end, we were able to accommodate 1.5 miles of shelving in that building that was only 16 feet wide.
For nearly half a century, the mission of SpaceSaver has remained the same, creating storage systems that save space, increase productivity, and decrease energy consumption. At SpaceSaver, there's no better time than now to make space matter.
So every day is a different day. Every project is different. Every storage solution is different. That's what makes it fun, and it's only going to get better and bigger.
To learn more about SpaceSaver Corporation and its space-saving designs, go to spacesaver.com or watch it anytime at insidetheblueprint.com.
Thanks for watching this episode of Inside the Blueprint. For more information on anything you saw today, or to find out how you can become part of the show, go to insidetheblueprint.com.